Hey, I'm Sawyer. I'm from way back in the past when Clinton was a sawmill town. I know what you're thinking. What is a sawmill? Well, see this blade going round and round? It's used to cut trees and buildings called sawmills. Clinton used to have lots of sawmills, but one day the saws in the sawmills stopped cutting because there were no more logs left to cut. We'll get back to that story, but first, have you heard of a cycle? Not a bicycle, but a cycle. A cycle is a circle of events that happen in a regular pattern. For example, here's the life cycle of a tree. A tree starts as a seed. Water, soil, and sun help feed the seed until it sprouts and becomes a sapling. The strongest saplings become fully grown trees that create seeds, and the cycle starts all over again. The seasons, winter, spring, summer, and fall, are also a cycle. In winter, lumberjacks would cut down trees. Then, in the spring, they would float the logs down the Mississippi River on rafts. In the summer, the logs were cut into lumber at Clinton sawmills. Fall was harvest time, when farmers would often buy lumber with the money they earned from their crops. Water has a cycle too, and it changes with the seasons. In winter, back during the logging days, water formed snow and ice, which helped move big log sleds. In spring, water from melting snow and ice flowed to the river, helping the log rafts float to the sawmills. Water in the form of steam even made power for the sawmills and trains. Up north in Wisconsin and Minnesota, my friend Phil was a lumberjack. His job was to cut down majestic pine trees. Unfortunately, no one planted more trees. What did that mean for the life cycle of the tree? Since there were no more trees, there were no more seeds. There were no more saplings, which meant no fully grown trees. The forest was gone. Immigrants and Americans once came here in hopes of making a good life. At the same time the trees were disappearing, people around the country were facing money problems. With no logs and no markets, the lumber companies moved to new forests. Many sawmill workers left Clinton for places where they could make a living. Today, there's not a single sawmill left in Clinton. I miss being a kid. Some of my friends lived on farms, some of them in town. We had one-room schoolhouses in Clinton with all ages in the same classroom. We had fun games and toys made of wood. Some kids worked in the sawmills, some helped out with chores or the family business. After some hard times, life changed for the better for those who stayed in Clinton. Though the sawmill industry disappeared, the river and railroads were good for new businesses. Some people worked for the railroads and factories, and others became nurses and teachers. Even though things are different than they were 150 years ago, Clinton has survived and is still an active river town. Clintonians have long dreamed for the stars, and a few have even reached them. What a journey for Clinton, and the story of our sawmills.